In a little cottage by the sea, where the waves whispered secrets to the shore and the wind smelled of salt and dreams, lived a kind and curious girl named Chloe. Chloe had sandy blonde hair always in soft braids, and she loved the ocean more than anything. Every evening, after brushing her teeth and putting on her favorite sea green pajamas, she would open her bedroom window just a little and listen. The sea always had something to say, if you listened closely enough. One night, as the stars blinked softly overhead and the moon spilled silver across her blankets, Chloe heard something different. It wasn't the usual waves or the wind. It was a voice. Small, sleepy, and whispering. "Clue." She sat up quickly, blinking. "Hello?" "Clue," the voice repeated, gentle as bubbles rising in still water. And then, whoosh! A shimmer of light spilled from her seashell-shaped lamp. The glow formed a tiny spiral of sparkling water, swirling in the middle of her room. From the spiral emerged a creature no bigger than her hand, a seahorse, with dreamy golden eyes, a curled tail, and fins that fluttered like lace. "You're real," Chloe whispered. The little seahorse nodded slowly, already yawning. "My name is Solis. I'm the sleepy seahorse, and I think I lost my dream." "Your dream?" Chloe tilted her head. "How can a seahorse lose a dream?" Solis floated in the air like he was still underwater. "I had the most perfect dream for bedtime. I was keeping it safe in a bubble. But I yawned too hard, and pop! It floated away." Chloe blinked. "You yawned it away?" Solis nodded. "I'm very, very sleepy." Chloe stood up and took his fin gently. "Then let's find your dream." Suddenly, her room filled with soft ocean mist. The floor turned to rippling water, and Chloe's pajamas shimmered into a sea blue dress. Solis curled his tail around her wrist, and with a little pull, they drifted out the window and into the night. They weren't flying, they were swimming. Through the air. Stars swirled around them like jellyfish, slow and glowing. A silver path stretched ahead, made of moonlight and old sea songs. "Where do we start?" Chloe asked. "Dreams like mine usually float toward the coral caves of nap time," Solis murmured sleepily. "But they get distracted on the way." Their first stop was the snoring sand dunes, where starfish lay belly up, snoring quietly and sending dream bubbles into the air. Chloe peeked into one bubble and saw a dream of a dancing pineapple. "Not mine," Solis said. The next bubble held a pirate kitten. Chloe giggled. "That one's silly." Solis smiled sleepily. "Still not mine." They moved on. Next, they reached the whale's whispering bay. A giant whale floated lazily in the clouds, humming lullabies. Around him drifted a dozen tiny dream bubbles. One held a dream of riding a sea turtle. Another was filled with marshmallow jellyfish. "Not quite right," Solis yawned. "Mine had music. And floating flowers. And something about stars." "Don't worry," Chloe whispered. "We'll find it." As they drifted further, a school of glowing moonfish passed by, and one of them swam in loops around Solis. "She's dreaming awake," the moonfish said kindly. How rare and lucky. Is that what this is? Chloe asked. The moonfish nodded. Only the kindest dreamers can follow sleepy creatures like him. Chloe felt warm inside, like sunshine through sea foam. They finally arrived at the coral caves of nap time. Everything was quiet, glowing, and soft. Coral towers curled like sleepy spirals, and sea slugs hummed lullabies as they floated by. There, whispered Solis, pointing. A dream bubble was caught on a soft coral branch. It shimmered gently, not bright, but warm and calm. Inside, Chloe could see music notes drifting across a sky full of petals and starlight. That's mine, said Solis, yawning deeply. Chloe reached up and gently cupped the bubble in her hands. As soon as she touched it, the dream shimmered brighter. The notes floated out and began to hum around them. Stars blinked in time with the music. Everything slowed down. Even the coral seemed to sigh in relief. I think your dream wants to be shared, Chloe whispered. Solis smiled, already dozing off in the curve of her palm. Will you keep it safe? I promise. And just like that, the coral faded. The moonfish swam away. The sky folded back into her bedroom ceiling. Chloe blinked once, then twice. She was back. The seashell lamp glowed gently. Solis was curled up next to her pillow, his tiny fins rising and falling in sleep. And inside her hands, resting softly on the blanket, was the glowing bubble, the dream of starlight, music, and floating flowers. She placed it gently on her nightstand, where it pulsed like a heartbeat. That night, as Chloe drifted off to sleep, the dream surrounded her. She floated through soft oceans of lullabies. Flowers bloomed in the sky. Stars danced to quiet melodies. And the sleepy seahorse rode beside her, safe and smiling.